Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to take your 2D vectors that you've created in Illustrator into a 3D software such as Blender, and I'm going to show you how you can render them and create some cool graphics. I would recommend watching a quick video on the very basics of Blender before you watch this, because there are a lot of shortcuts and things, but I will try my best to make this as simple as possible. I'm by no means an expert myself, so what I'm doing isn't too complex. So to begin with, I imagine you'd have your graphic in Illustrator. I'm going to be using my logo, and you want to go to File, Save As, and you want to save it as an SVG. I'm going to call it Logo. Make sure you save it as an SVG and save. This will come up, you can just click OK. So you want to open up Blender. It should look something like this. If there's anything on screen, like cubes or anything, just delete everything. You want to go to File, you want to go to Import, and you want to go to Scalable Vector Graphics. And click your logo and import. So it's imported a layer that I don't want, but that's fine, I can click and delete it. Here's my logo. I'm going to make it bigger by pressing S for scale, and by moving the mouse I can change the size of it. Now at the moment when I scale, it's doing it from the corner like this. I don't like that, so I'm going to go to Object, I'm going to go to Set Origin to Geometry, and that orange circle will move to the center, and now when I scale it, it will scale from the middle. I also like to keep my whatever I'm creating in the center of the scene. I'm just going to click it, I'm going to go to Object Properties, which is this orange section here, and X-axis 0, enter, Y-axis 0, enter. That means it's in the center of the X-axis, which is this red line, and the center of the Y-axis, which is this green line. The Z-axis is the Z-axis is like up and down. You can't see the line. Up here you can. That's the Z-axis. So let's make this 3D. I'm going to select this. I'm going to go to this green one here, Data, Object Data Properties it's called. I'm going to go to Geometry, and I'm going to click once on Extrude, or twice actually, so it's 0.02. So now it's already 3D, but it's looking a little bit sharp to me, and I'd much rather it had a more kind of smooth look to it. I'm going to show you how to do this. To begin with, we're going to want to make it a mesh, which is basically like finalising the options here. Because if we take a look at this object in edit mode right now, and press Tab, it looks like this. It's still flat. You see the vertices. So if we press Tab to go back to object mode, we're going to right click it, and we're going to go to Convert to Mesh. Now if we press Tab to go back into edit mode, the topology looks shit. Like, what is that? That's an absolute mess. It should really look gridded, and I'm going to show you how to fix that. We press Tab again to go back to object mode. We're going to go to Modifiers. We're going to add a modifier. We're going to go to Generate. We're going to go to Remesh. Don't panic when your object changes shape. You're just going to keep pressing down on this one here. Don't go lower than 0.001 because my computer crashed, or my Blender crashed I mean. So I would recommend 0.002. Still looks a little bit rough around the edges, but I'm going to show you how to fix that. So now if we apply what we've done, just click this button and apply, and press Tab, it's become gridded. Way less messy than before. That's good. And that means we can now sculpt it. So let's go back to object mode, once again, Tab. Let's click our logo, and I'm going to press R for rotate, X as in rotating on the X axis, and I'm going to type 90 and press enter. Simple. Now we're going to press tab again to go back to edit mode. We're going to click this drop down here, and we're going to go to sculpt mode. If we press this green button here, we'll be looking at it from an isometric camera view on the Y axis, which is a lot easier. Now, I want whatever I do on this side to also be applying to the back side, okay? So we're going to go to the symmetry option up here first, and we're going to press Z. And that means, like I said, anything I do on this side will be applying symmetrically on the other side of the Z axis too. To smooth, I'm just going to hold shift, and I want to start doing this. Okay, I'm just drawing with my mouse while holding Y, and as you can see, it's looking much nicer, less jagged. There we go. I'm not going to do an amazing job because this is just a tutorial, and I'm sure you get the picture. But because I had the symmetry tool turned on, it's done the exact same on this side too. How cool is that? So that is the quickest and easiest way that I know to bring 2D graphics into Blender and make them 3D. In the next tutorial, we're going to be setting up a camera, some lighting, and also giving it like a really cool chrome texture, so that it's completely prepared to be rendered. I hope I've been helpful so far, and stay tuned.